Okay, so imagine you've learned all of your sandpaper letters and you know every letter in your sound book. You might even want to try writing words before that time. And so most of the people in our class who are writing are going to be around 4.5. But this is the part, this is hard to do and think of the letters you want to write. So that's why we use the movable alphabet. But without the movable alphabet, you can write the letters that your child can tell you what they are. For instance, let's say, okay, so I'm drinking a tea. Here is my cup. Cup. That's a nice one to practice with because it's very clear what sounds are in that word. So you've been practicing sound games, so you know what is the beginning sound with cup. You can catch that k, right? So that's going to be the first sound in cup. But let's keep going because there's just 3 sounds in cup. What is the middle sound in k? Up, up. You hear right? So k, Then what is the last sound? The sound you hear very last when I say cup. Cup. That was a p. Okay, so now that we've identified those 3 sounds, the first thing we're going to write, and we're going to start at this side of the paper and go this way. That's how I write, because that's how I'm going to read it. So I'm going to start here with, this paper has no lines, that's okay. And we're not going to connect them because you really want to see these. When you connect the letters, sometimes you don't see exactly the letter you used. I used 3 letters here, right? And then you can ask your child, what are those 3 sounds? K, p, right? Okay, so let's do another one. Well, let's do, you can see these. Hand, that has 4 sounds in it. And I hear ha. Now, maybe your child could point to what a looks like, or you could just write it, because once you show it and model it, is that a h? That is a ha. What's the next sound after? If I'm saying hand, and you hear a? Okay. Ha. Ha. It only says ha. So we need a few more sounds. Hand. Right before d, what did you hear? Hand. But now it just says hand. That's not, is this a hand? No, it's a hand. You have to put that last letter because I wouldn't know that you were writing hand unless you have all of the sounds, right? So this one word at a time is a good place to begin. People want to jump right in and write a whole story. It's exhausting, so I would just insist one word at a time. And if you wanted to write a story about a princess, maybe just let's practice the word princess. And once that's really good, then maybe you could practice whatever else is going to happen with your princess. Like, is she going to run through the grass? I don't know. But okay, so we do princess. So let's start with just analyzing the word with all of the sounds. Princess. Princess. Those are kind of hard to hear, but that is in cess. Now you're gonna have to turn off your spelling brain and just use your sound brain for this, because you're just doing sounds here. Later, 5, 6, 7, whenever reading starts, then maybe there comes to be a different way to write princess, but this here is going to be a s. not what you know when you read, but that is K. So that doesn't go here because it would say Princess, right? Okay, so on and on, practicing, practicing. Sooner or later, when they get really good at the letters, or maybe even when you're doing this kind of activity, they may say, I can make a, and then definitely anything that they can make, they should make. One of the things we never want to do is do something they can do themselves, right? So if they can do it, they should do that. Okay, so that's writing with not the movable alphabet.